everybody. Thanks for tuning in and downloading the stuff.
Yeah, they're really tuning in. It's not like a live
Yeah,
show.
that's right. Yeah. Thanks for pushing play on your iPods or iPhones or iTunes, computer programs, whatever it is you're listening to this on. But as Walking Alone podcast, another episode. It's awesome. We're stoked. Thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading and rating and all your good shit. Today we've got Brett Hlavacek here. Did I say that?
You said it perfect.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, you're the only person who's ever done that, I think.
Cool. So Muay Thai fighter, local hero. Yeah, all around cool dude. Got him here hanging out. We're just going to talk. And as always, we've got my buddy Diego Lopez here.
Hello.
And Danny Screams.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Very enthusiastic back there.
Hey.
But yeah, let's get right to it. So yeah, I don't know, Brett. Let's. I'm pretty sure most of our listeners are familiar with you, but just tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm a local Muay Thai fighter and bartender. Yeah, part time. But I've been training and fighting for about 10, 15 years now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Where do you train out of? Oh.
Whoa.
Are you good, Danny? Yeah, it's all right.
I'm out of the Watt in Tribeca.
Awesome.
Still nurse, yeah.
Under crew fill nurse.
Crew fill nurse.
Crew fill nurse. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I just turned 30 in September.
And you've been training for how long?
A long time, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I think I had my first fight when I was 11. So.
See, that's
been a
pretty
long-ass
normal
time.
for Thailand,
Yeah.
but not pretty average for New York.
No.
How
Well,
did-
it started in Jersey, but yeah, I moved here about 7 years ago. 8 years ago.
Is your parents do Muay Thai? How did you get into
No.
Muay Thai so young? What was that about?
I started karate like when I was 4, and
Okay.
then I was really good at it, and I kind of found Muay Thai when I was 11, and then just kept training and wrestled in high school, and like still did regular athletics outside, but I always did Muay Thai. And then by the time I was like 20, I'm like, this is all I want to do.
Yeah,
And I moved to New York and made it happen.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I figured it out.
That's crazy. You had to fight when you're 11.
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
Yeah, I can I can imagine. You're fighting adults, right?
No, it was another. He was my age, and it was in a local boxing gym in Staten Island.
Oh, cool.
Like smokers back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
And you, go ahead.
No, go.
And you've been now fighting and teaching. Oh, you teach as well, right?
Yeah, I teach over there. I mean, I teach full time,
I
and
teach.
then I'm there 6 days a week. I bartend 2 nights a week just to make some extra cash on
Yeah.
the side. Especially when I'm training for a fight, I don't want to be holding pads
Yeah.
up to the fight and then getting beat up by them, and then try to get in the ring. So I kind of make ends meet that way.
That's awesome.
But yeah, most of the time I'm there 5-6 days a week training.
That's great. You usually go ahead.
Yeah. Did you start? So when you where'd you start training? Muay Thai?
I'm originally from a town right outside of Long Beach Island in South Jersey, Barnegat, and I started training down there with this guy Dave Valero, and kind of a really small gym. I mean, I was like maybe one of like 4 other people who actually trained there and fought, and then I just kind of grew out of it, So I wanted to come to New York, and I knew Phil for years, and I've always seen him on TV jumping over ropes and doing
Yeah. His
flash-
intro.
his
Phil
flash,
stuff.
yeah, his flash, yeah, the Phil stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I want to train with that guy, So I tried it out, and he was like, oh, you want a job? So I started working for him and
Awesome.
training with him. So it was cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It worked out. I was in a good position where I had a lot of friends up here anyway that were, doing film and stuff. So I got a room from them for a couple $100 a month, and until I made enough money, and then I moved on my own.
Nice.
Yeah.
Seems like always a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
I would watch a few of Phil's fights, but then meeting him in person, you're kind of taken back by how unassuming he is.
Yeah.
So you're a very small man.
He's
but
a
you
very
can
small,
destroy
yeah.
people.
He's an animal. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen, even when he trains me, he'll still kick the crap out of me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
His pace is it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of just shows how awesome the art is, the sport is, that you don't have, again, you don't have to be big to be good at something.
Yeah.
You don't have to be
Yeah, no.
naturally athletic or anything like that, but
Absolutely.
he's
He's one of those guys. He is athletic, though, it seems like. I mean, he could do whatever he wanted. If he wanted to play soccer, he probably could have been a soccer player.
Yeah.
He just, landed in boxing and Muay Thai and did
Mhm.
that. And he's a great teacher. I mean, that's another thing. He's an even better coach, I think, than he is an actual fighter.
That's awesome.
He's perfect.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty huge thing, like that a lot of people don't understand. You know, they'll be like, "Man, I'm not going to go train with that guy. He only had like 6 fights or whatever." But
Mhm.
I mean, it doesn't always matter.
It doesn't, not at all.
Some of the best coaches ever never played the game at a high level.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You go into like basketball, football, any of that stuff, boxing.
Yeah.
Some of the best trainers are not, you don't have to. Sometimes even, the best fighters won't make good coaches.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
The whole career, they were just kind of coddled, and you come in and hold the pads for you. Yeah, you can go home and do whatever you want.
Mhm.
They don't know how to train somebody and hold pads every day and do, what a coach does.
Yeah, it's almost like those mid-level guys, like how Freddie Roach never got a championship, but
Absolutely, yep.
he is regarded as one of the best coaches in the world.
I was gonna
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. Like, he had a decent career, but it wasn't
Yeah.
like, yeah.
He was
All
always
those guys.
like a journeyman.
Yeah, Teddy Atlas also.
Yeah,
Same thing. And who else? Basketball, Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, dude, that guy was like,
yeah,
he's like led the dynasty
Mm-hmm.
of Bulls championships, but I mean, he was never like,
Mhm.
I mean, I guess he was a Laker, right? I guess.
Yeah.
I
I
think.
don't
But,
know anything about basketball.
but the only reason I know is because I lived in Chicago. when
It's
I was a
okay.
kid. But
I'm not judging.
but yeah, he was never a Michael Jordan, but
Mhm.
Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen needed him to get them
Yeah.
rings.
It's weird. I wonder what it's like. You have to be. It seems like you to the best of the best, coaching wise, have to be in it enough to see what it takes to be the best, but physically can't get there. So it's almost like their mind has to work harder to try to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they learn some things that way that they can help other people who might be athletically more inclined
Have
to be
that-
champions.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
weird. I've always noticed that. Oh, not always, but I've noticed that. Definitely.
It goes the other way too. I mean, I was watching a special on Shane Mosley, and one of those primetime things a couple years ago.
I love
and
those things.
I think he was fighting Cotto or something. Yeah, it's great. And they were talking about how he trains his son now, and like he just literally wrapped his son's hands like I could have done a better job, and he's like now he's holding pads for him, and he's just like his both hands are out here. It was
Oh,
the worst
wow.
power. It was just like for the camera and stuff like that, but you can tell he's never really held pads. He's never been he's not that coach level yet. He's been fighting his whole life.
Yeah, it's a good point where you said you was coddled because when you're that like high level, people are like, no, don't waste time coaching other
Right.
people. Just
Right,
go
exactly.
rest, come back.
Why have somebody punch your hands out? Or are you going to make you $1 million?
Yeah.
So yeah, he doesn't know how to do that stuff just yet. I guess
That's mind-boggling. That's kind of funny. That's
mind bottling.
well, yeah, one of the best boxers ever. Like, all right, here we go.
I'm serious. Like he had like his hands all the way out here, and like the kid would like duck, and he's like the big wide swing around, and it's like the pad work at like a crunch class or something. Like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, not for a son who's not.
Well, his son's good. I'm sure he has his own trainer,
Yeah.
but I guess for the production there,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
wanted that story. But yeah,
That's good. Did you guys watch the fights last night?
I watched some live tweets.
Yeah, it basically counts. It's almost like listening to the radio back in the day of the old boxing matches. Like, you got an idea what was happening.
It's theater of the mind.
Yeah.
I was like on the left and the right.
there's so many fights now. It's so hard to like. I think I found out yesterday at 4:00 that
Yeah.
there was a fight in like 2 hours. I'm like,
Yeah.
I better get home. It was just there was boxing on last night too. There was
There
some good
was, yeah.
boxing. Nonito,
Mhm.
he fought. He won. He was.
I haven't watched it yet. Thanks.
I won't,
Ruined it.
Spoiler alert.
I assumed you won anyway.
Yeah. Well, he was. They stopped it. I think in the 8th. I came home and it was on in the background.
Mhm.
He stopped in the 8th. He knocked the guy out, but he was behind on the whole scorecard. He
Really?
needed a knockout to win, and apparently he came back and did it.
Damn, fucking badass little dude.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He has that great lead cross where, like, kind of how Eddie Alvarez does, where he like leads with the cross and steps out. But Eddie always seems a little unbalanced as he steps. But Donaire just does it and is like just solid with that footwork.
God, that's such a good move, man. It's
Yeah.
like-
I've been doing it a little bit against the heavy bag.
yeah, I've been practicing. I always win when I do it against them. It's so good.
47-0.
Yeah, it's great. I land it all the time. It's crazy. It's just
But going back to the UFC fights last night, it seemed like one of the fastest cards I've watched in recent history because out of the 5 or 6 televised fights, like 4 of them were a knockout in the first round. It was nuts. And I know that there's some weird stat about cards being in Brazil that have way higher like finishing percentage than cards in America. So I don't know if it's like the crowd being all like super chanting "you're gonna die" out loud.
Super alpha, like
Yeah, yeah.
channel hit, like the Coliseum.
Yeah, exactly. They get into their shit, but one of the fights, it was the guy looks just like Martin Kampman. I can't remember what his name is, but he was on the bottom, and the Brazilian on top goes to throw like a huge haymaker, and as he comes down, the guy on the bottom adjusts his foot and lands the guy in an omoplata, which is like a shoulder lock with the legs. I've never seen that. It was the weirdest thing. He not only did he land the omoplata, but then rolled him onto his back.
It's like out of a movie. Like
Yeah, exactly.
you picture a guy punching and you like sidestep and put him in an arm lock or something. Yeah. That shit only happens in movies.
Exactly, Lethal Weapon shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that did happen. In
I think Mel Gibson has done that probably a couple of times.
Yeah.
And then he ran after a car barefoot.
So how did the Americans do?
They did really well. I think
Right?
only
That's
like
what I heard. I read something like they did. I don't know the exact.
Yeah. I
results.
feel like and then the past few Brazil cards, it was like such a high percentage for Brazilians.
Yeah, I mean they got to feed the Brazilians too. I'm sure, right?
Yeah. I mean, every fight I saw, I think, hold on, I don't want to say this how. Most of the fights I saw when they're introducing them and they had the little stats on the bottom, like, oh, this person fights out of. But now they put the Vegas odds. All of the Americans were underdog.
Huh.
And almost all the Americans won by knockout, like really quick, except for Vitor. And then there was the two from the Brazil Ultimate Fighter fight, so that doesn't count. And I can't remember, but yeah, they did really well. Jeremy Stevens had a really quick knockout. That Vitor knockout was crazy. Because, I mean, the whole time John Anik's like, Vitor starts at this pace, but he'll just explode on you. And Dan like tries to like run in with like almost faking his overhand right multiple times. And then Vitor just came right underneath with an uppercut, took his legs underneath him. You know, Dan got back. He was really shows how much crazy retard strength, courage he has that he was able to stand back up, but got head kicked right away.
Yeah, I saw a GIF.
How you figured it out? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. I think sometimes I say GIF, sometimes I say GIF.
I say GIF.
You say GIF?
Yeah, I've heard GIF.
All right.
Normally I say GIF, but
We should have a chart of every GIF.
What's it? Pwned?
Yeah.
Pwned?
Yeah.
Or is it owned? I heard it's pwned now, right?
Yeah, pwned.
Right.
But Jesus, that's Vitor's third knockout of the night in a row.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if Weidman gets past Anderson again, Vitor's the next in line.
That's going to be the fight, yeah.
But if Weidman doesn't want to fight in Brazil, like only wants to fight in Vegas, then I don't know what's going to happen because, from my knowledge, it seems like his whole Vitor's whole like TRT therapy thing isn't
he won't get
allowed.
approved.
Yeah.
Oh, so he can only fight.
He can only fight in weird places.
Yeah, like Vegas, Kaiser or whatever the guy.
Keith Kaiser.
Yeah, they don't allow that
He doesn't play that shit.
for him. I think other people will get it, but I'm not sure what his deal is.
Yeah. It's weird how that guy's become like a weird celebrity in the fight world because he's like in every episode of The Ultimate Fighter.
They hate him now.
Yeah, everyone,
yeah.
he's on like whenever they do like HBO, like the 24/7s.
Yeah.
He's always like there because they fight in Vegas and stuff. So it's like, what a weird pseudo celebrity, like only to a niche group of people.
Absolutely. Will you ever read? You go to the underground, the MMA forum. It's great because like every other thread is just like Keith Kaiser, you motherfucker. Like it's amazing. You just sit there, just people just talk shit. Sometimes he comes on there and and
it's a great thing.
He responds. It's like I got a question about this. It's pretty crazy how like you can still have a community like that. You don't see NFL players doing that.
Absolutely.
But I saw the knockout last night and Jeremy Stevens went on and he was like, I hope you guys like that knockout when people are interacting with him right after he knocks some dude out.
That's pretty crazy.
It's pretty cool.
It's
so
really
still
cool.
That, yeah.
Yeah.
But they end up running them off anyway. Like all the trolls are just like, fuck you, mother. Like it is. Next thing you know, guys like, why am I wasting my time?
Exactly. Yeah. It feels like people being like
ruining my life. Yeah.
Yeah. How are you feeling before the fight? Or honest questions.
And then there's like, you motherfucker. Like it's horrible. Like or they just show like a GIF of him getting knocked out in like a prior
2
fight.
years ago.
Just like haunting him forever. Like and they just run him off the site. Yeah.
Completely unrelated. But I mean, it is pretty amazing that nowadays we have that connection with celebrities and fighters and people that we look up to. Where imagine you could talk to like Muhammad Ali when he was like right after finished like one of those fights
on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah, on Twitter, I just
read some tweets from him.
He would have been killer on Twitter.
Oh, he would have been awesome.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been like one of the best people to follow.
Him or like a guy like Prince Nassim.
Oh man,
yeah.
That would I don't know if he was. Yeah, he would probably talk shit.
Yeah,
that would have been really fun. That's that's really interesting how nowadays you can just basically text your heroes.
Yeah,
and they might respond sometimes.
Yeah,
it's kind of like texting a girl you like.
I don't kind
Or maybe that's just for me.
of admiration you have for your heroes. Mine's above the waist.
No, but yeah, that was a little joke.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, thank you.
yeah,
Glad you clarified that was a joke.
yeah. But what do you? So your fiance fights too, right? Or does she fight? Or?
Yeah, we just got married. I actually got back.
Oh, shit. You're
We
married.
got married.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We got married in May, and then the next day, we got married, had the big wedding party, and then the next day, I went right back to work. Like I had a fight in like 4.5 weeks right after for Glory, so it was just like all work. So once that fight was over, we just went to Thailand for like a month. So we just got back like I think like a week and a half ago.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That was fun. We spent like 3.5 weeks out there, like training and enjoying life. You know,
Yeah.
wake up, do a morning session, and then sit on the beach for the rest of the day.
Hell yeah.
And that was great. It was
I
great.
love that.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Where were you training out of there?
We stayed in. We did like 4 days in Bangkok, just like tourist stuff.
Mhm.
I lost my debit card and like had to wire. Like yeah, it
Jesus.
was like a National Lampoon thing.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
I'm wiring myself money from Western Union with the card I didn't cancel yet.
Yeah.
And then I got to Phuket and lost my wedding ring down a drain. We
Jesus.
got it back. That was perfect.
Oh,
it was,
all right.
It was great. Yeah, but I almost got hit for that one. But no, we stayed at Simbi in Phuket for like 2.5 weeks.
Nice.
Oh,
So it was perfect.
How's the training over there?
It's good. A place like that, I mean, it's it's not there's not high level fighters there anymore. Some of the younger kids are, but you go there and you get what you pay for. And I mean, I was doing hour sessions every day with my own trainer, and it was $19.
Oh, wow.
that's awesome.
I feel bad when I come back because I charge $120 for an hour with me.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, well, I don't have 300 fights, and like I haven't been training people for it. It's just. But yeah, 19. So I was just like, I'll just do this and then get on my scooter and go drink at the beach for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a nice life.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sayak's not out there anymore, is he?
Who?
Sayak?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's back in Bangkok or something.
Who's that?
Sayak, he used to fight out of Sinbi.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a little mustache, but he's
Yeah.
just a Thai fighter guy. He's real.
He's got a great pack.
Like a thin mustache or like a little mustache?
No, like the pack.
No,
like that one.
but yeah, he's just
I made Hitler fingers.
just got like he's just crazy style.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean he's like I hate when people use like he's explosive. I feel like that's so generic, but he is explosive. Yeah, he's just like.
For those at home or wherever the hell you are listening to this, I wish I could have filmed the hand movements that Cornell just did.
Yeah. He's intense.
He's an intense fighter. That's
he's an
awesome.
intense fighter, yeah.
I think I've seen. Yeah, they had a film of him doing bag work over there, and he was just like the bag work he was doing. He was just destroying it, and the pace he was working at. I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Is it the one
Crazy.
where the little kid is in that?
I think so.
video?
Yeah.
At the end.
the kid Nut. I think is Nut.
Yeah, yeah. And he's
he's one of the
going like
trainers.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of the trainers' kids.
Yeah, he does crazy combos on the bag in that video.
No,
He'll-
yeah, it's crazy.
It's like flying knee to like an elbow or something. Like
Yeah.
I know it's possible, but just like seeing him do it to make it look like it would work, it's like it's interesting.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I like when there's people in the sport like that kind of make you give a second look and think, oh, I haven't thought about doing that, or I haven't really thought that not necessarily possible, but to work it that way or do it in that type of style
Yeah.
kind of helps you muddle it through what you want your style to be sometimes.
Yeah. It's like that episode of Dinosaurs. I don't know if you guys remember that show.
The-
but
the
not the mama.
yeah.
Not the mama.
Yeah. So there's an episode where the teenage dinosaur he was eating a chocolate bar, and he had a jar of peanut butter on his desk, and he dropped his chocolate bar, and the peanut butter's like, oh man, I got chocolate all over my peanut butter. I gotta throw it away. It's ruined. But little did he know that he was inventing one of the most delicious combinations
That's
that the world
hilarious.
has ever known.
That was a great show.
Yeah. It's a depressing ending.
Yeah. Wait, what?
What
The last episode?
Yeah, they all died.
They all die, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, spoiler alert. I mean, we all know what's going to happen because they're not here anymore. But yeah, they actually at the end of the show they showed how like some bad shit happened, and they all just died.
Thank God
crazy.
for Netflix, though.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that on Netflix, you can still watch Saved by the Bell, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff you watch when you're younger, you don't remember too much what was going on. Now you can just put it on and watch 20 episodes of it.
Yeah. You watch,
Dinosaurs always felt like to me they just took Family Matters and put them as dinosaurs. All right, see? Because it's like,
what it was.
when was I?
Well, no, the dad was totally Carl.
It was totally Carl.
Yeah.
It was totally Carl.
When you said, I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah, all right, cool. I don't feel
Trying to figure out how
slightly
to work it
racist
in.
for some reason against dinosaurs.
But no, yeah, he was definitely Carl.
Yeah, the son was like a jock.
Yeah.
The daughter was like kind and introvert and kind of like
Who was
smart.
who was the Urkel dinosaur though?
I think it was Carl's friend. If it had to be one, I remember not Carl, the head dinosaur. Jesus, I call him Carl.
the head dinosaur.
Dad dinosaur had some friends. I remember his boss in the
Yeah.
trailer. And
It's the T-Rex.
He was stuck in the trailer, right?
Yeah. Well, he just never came out because he was
Never
like a
came
big
out.
T-Rex. Yeah.
Man, that was a great show.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
I love that show, Step by Step.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Cody.
yeah.
Cody,
Cody was
kickboxer.
in, he was in
exactly.
kickboxing.
He was the
That's
bad. Yeah, I
See,
still watch them all when they're
When
on.
I was a kid, I didn't realize that these were actors. I just thought this person lives multiple, we're just watching them in different times in their lives or something. I'm like, this guy's a badass. He's like a kickboxer. He
Now he's
and lives
living in
the
a van though.
in a
now.
van.
Yeah. He played
Well, you
like,
get out, you fall in rough times.
Career went downhill. You know.
he had that like shitty little guitar that he always played.
Yeah. That family didn't appreciate him.
Yeah, TGIF, man. There was good stuff on there.
Yeah.
Boy Meets World. They're coming out with a new one.
Oh,
Girl
I heard
Meets
about
World.
it.
Yeah. I don't know what to think about that.
Topanga.
Topanga, and it's about him and her and Corey, right?
They have a daughter.
Yeah.
I tried out to be the daughter, but they didn't let me. What a weird name Topanga is.
Yeah. She was
Usually
hot.
for a show, they think they'd pick an average name so it wouldn't be like weird.
Especially
Yeah.
back then too. It wasn't like that
Yeah.
was super exotic. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people have stupid names for their kids.
Yeah,
and it's okay.
Yeah, it's totally cool.
Yeah, I think it's because she was supposed to be like a hippie, and like I think her parents were supposed to be like a little like
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's
eclectic and
well. As she got older, she kind of leveled out. But yeah, she was a
Yeah.
real nut job when she was younger.
yeah.
Real eccentric and yeah.
She's hot.
She was very attractive.
It's a nice, good structured her. A nice way, like a thick girl, but not you know what I mean. Like she wasn't.
Yeah,
like
she was
bones.
sturdy.
Yeah, there she go.
Yeah.
She can move some furniture for you. I serve Mr. Feeney.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Mr.
Mr. Feeney. He's a jerk.
Oh, really?
In real life, he's a jerk.
You know, he was the original Kit, or the
Yeah.
voice of Kit.
Yeah.
for,
Yeah, he was
I almost said Batman.
Knight Rider.
But, Knight
Yeah.
Rider. Yeah.
I heard this. There's this new podcast I listen to called Kill Tony.
Oh, this shit's great.
Yeah, have you heard it?
No.
It's a comedian, Tony Hinchcliffe, and him and Bride Red Band, and they have like one surprise comic guest at the Comedy Store, like a Monday afternoon, and like up and coming comics come and do 60 seconds. And after that 60 seconds, they like help them like, maybe you could say it this way, or let's work on this joke a little more, like give them kind of advice, which is a really cool insight into how jokes are made. But one of the comedians was saying about how he wants to go back and edit all of Kit talking out of Knight Rider, so it just looks like David Hasselhoff is just talking to himself in his car. I was laughing so hard. I was laughing so hard at that joke, but
Mr. Feeney.
it's a really, really good podcast if you like comedy.
I had a buddy who re-edited for one of his class projects in college. He re-edited Godzilla with Matthew Broderick so that Matthew Broderick wasn't in it. The movie was only like half hour long, and it made no sense. And the cuts were just terrible.
Oh my god! I saw that movie in theaters.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It had I remember it had
Sarah Michelle. No, not Sarah. Donkey Face from South Park. Sarah, is she in that? No, she's not in that.
Matthew Broderick was.
Matthew Broderick. Who's the girl? Is a blonde.
Let's Google it.
Yeah. Hank Azaria was in it.
Yeah, and
I love Hank Azaria.
And Jamiroquai was on the soundtrack.
I was gonna say, yeah, wasn't there a Puff Daddy song too?
It was Puff
Yeah.
Daddy
Yeah,
and
Puff Daddy was a big
Diamond. What's the guy with the guitar? Whatever.
Oh yeah, it was Led Zeppelin guy, Jimmy Page,
Jimmy Page.
Yeah,
Not
that's
Diamond.
right.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Diamond Dallas Page.
You see
That's where my connection was.
That's where you're going. Yeah.
Jesus.
You guys watch pro wrestling?
Not anymore.
Yeah, but no, back. Yeah.
Back.
fuck, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I could talk for hours about that.
Who was
Oh.
your favorite wrestler? Well, hold on. I asked Cornell this last week. WCW, ECW, or WWF?
WWF from like 4 to like 11. When I was a teenager, it was like all ECW. Like
Yes.
we're
Yeah.
fucking backyard wrestling.
Yeah.
Like
You
nerds.
got
in
you became an
Jersey.
adult.
Yeah. And then now you just watch the stuff you miss. Like, but WCW and WWF, the Monday Night Wars. Those are some of the best years.
Those were
Yeah.
that's the main, like when Goldberg was coming up.
Yeah.
And NWO was still black and white.
Yeah.
And then went to red and black.
Yep.
And then when Sting came back,
I
Sting was
remember.
the shit, dude.
Yeah.
And then the Attitude Era of like WWF, like where it was just like no holds barred, like chicks were just stripping.
Yeah.
Mae Young gave birth to a hand. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And they showed her boobs too on like one pay-per-view.
Oh,
Whoa.
Yeah.
boobs are great.
They were like 80-year-olds.
Who was your favorite wrestler?
I had a
slew of them.
yeah, ECW. I loved Sabu.
Okay. I
Yeah,
remember Sabu.
he was just a nutcase. Like, just beat the shit out of himself.
I like Spike Dudley.
Yeah, I mean, but it was great because they used to just pick him up and throw him in the crowd and be like kind of crowd surf or something like that.
Little Spike Dudley.
Yeah. You ever go to one of those live events? ECW
No.
shows were amazing. It's just a big party, like
Yeah.
pre-gaming in a parking lot, everyone's drinking and like tailgating and shit. You go inside and throwing chairs at people and hopefully they pick up your chair and hit them with it. You're like, oh
Yeah.
my God. It was crazy.
I'm part of the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I had this friend who she was like this awesome girl. She was a nerd. We used to read comics together and shit. And she would get these DVDs that were like old Japanese wrestling.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
ICP, the Insane Clown Posse, would do the
Stranglemania.
yes,
Yeah.
that shit. We would watch that.
What would
We
they
would,
do?
like,
They would like dub over like
Yeah.
crappy wrestling matches and like make up fake names and just like bust jokes the whole
Lama
time.
Nama Numi.
Yeah, Lama Nama Numi. Yeah. And
Cause-
then they also did like one of the huge deathmatch tournaments in Japan because we got into that stuff like
Yeah.
like tables and
The tax and stuff
yeah,
everywhere.
the tack matches and glass matches, but yeah, they would dub over the Cactus Jack and Terry Funk and like yeah, it was great.
That's
Stranglemania
weird.
was the shit.
Yeah.
Because I
That's
remember
awesome.
they got into like WCW.
They got their own wrestling organization too.
They do?
Juggalo Pro Wrestling.
Holy shit.
Google that shit. Yeah.
How do I not know about
And like
this?
some of those guys like CM Punk and like a lot of those guys are big now. They wrestled in their organization.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They built an empire.
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit, back in the day, like like the first couple like ICP albums, I was like, oh, these guys are funny, and like the Stranglemania and shit was
Yeah.
amazing. But now it's fucking crazy, like the fucking gathering and shit like that. Those people, holy shit.
I watched
Wow.
that
This
little
website looks insane.
Oh my God. What's the guy on the left? He's a butler?
It looks like it.
See, the
Yeah,
thing
this
about that, like early 90s,
Yeah, it's real.
they really like personified a character. Like they really like, there's an IRS guy. They're like,
Yeah, like the FBI, like little Guido, and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
those guys. Now it's just like, I'm
a
a big
tough guy.
fat dude and throw me through some glass, like
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
it's funny.
IRS. Do you remember IRS?
Yeah.
Irwin Arsh. Yeah,
He was
the
great.
tax guy.
He wore-
the
he-
Mountie.
The sleeveless
Oh
shirt.
fuck, the Mountie.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
had the cattle prod.
Yeah. Rick the model.
Yeah.
Martel. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, and what was the Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
Yeah, he was great.
Just did an 8-ball of blow and he's out there.
All those dudes.
Dude, that's the best hearing about like backstage stuff with pro wrestlers. Yeah, that's some of the craziest people I've ever met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny, is that kind of loud? Yeah, could you?
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. I mean, I really liked. I for some reason was more into WCW. I think because I didn't have the channel that played WWF.
Right.
But like I love like Rey Mysterio and like the whole Sting. Yeah, Rey Mysterio was awesome.
But you're right. They had more characters back then, and the more character development, like you hated
Yeah.
the heels. Nah, whatever. There's no line anymore. You know, Stone Cold Steve Austin, he was supposed to be a heel, but everyone loved him, and
Yeah.
now everyone's flipping everyone off. Like, but yeah, back then, like you hate the Iron Sheik. Just like
He's
he's
a
basically burning an
character.
American flag. Oh, in real life too.
In Twitter?
Yeah, like shit on Stern. Like he was just pissed his pants, like doing an interview, like because he was so wasted. Like
Yeah.
these people are crazy.
I mean, that person couldn't survive as anything else. Like he couldn't have been a used car salesman. Like completely insane.
He's not waiting tables.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not going
That's
to do my taxes.
A character.
Yeah, that
Those
man.
guys, that's a rough life.
I used to get pay-per-views at my buddy's house with wrestling,
Oh yeah.
and then we would when the parents would go to bed, like we weren't supposed to use the video camera and shit. We would like set up the video camera and we would like on top of the TV, and then we'd like have our own.
It's getting weird.
No, we'd have our own wrestling matches.
Yeah.
It's like beat the shit out of each other and like throw stuffed animals at each other and stuff. It's so adorable.
Yeah, I mean, we did this. I mean, my friend's mom would leave, and she'd go to work.
Yeah.
And we'd all pile into his little apartment and take all the furniture out of the living room and put all the mattresses in the house in one room. Yeah, and just go crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
My pre-jiu-jitsu life.
Yeah. I mean, it was in there, though. I mean, that's it was laying the groundwork, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned early on how much I loved holding on to men.
Yeah, it only gets better.
It's like a fine wine.
It is, man. It's good. I got a question for you. This is like kind of shifting gears back to fighting. I noticed you definitely have more of a Thai style, style of fighting, which I like. I prefer that to just like all out brawl, you know.
Yeah.
But I think like for me, obviously I don't have all the amount of fights that you have. So every so often I'll get a guy that likes to play around and have like that good Thai style, very technical fight. But I still get guys who just want to get in there, just like balls to the wall. And like, do you feel like there was a point where you started getting, a certain caliber of fighter that you matched up with that kind of wouldn't, just like throw like a madman all the time? Or did you kind of figure out a way to shut that down and kind of control the pace?
No, I mean, you're going to get that a lot. I mean, I've had great fights. A kid, Marcus Fisher, he's from Pittsburgh. Yeah. And I fought him twice now. And they were some of my favorite fights just because they were like Thai style fights. Yeah. And you get guys who just want to brawl. And, a lot of times they just turn out to be ugly fights. You kind of fight down to like people's level, it's crazy. Like if you're going to fight a guy who's like a crazy brawler, you don't want to get sucked into it, but you do. And it kind of looks ugly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's at the level we're at, obviously, the technique gets a lot better and you're going to be fighting guys who are more polished and stuff like that. But you're going to still get a guy who's going to want, like a guy like Albert Cross who just still wants to swing for the fences and, you got to deal with it, figure it out.
Yeah. That's definitely hard.
It doesn't end, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what
you're going to get the crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Get used to it. Yeah. And it doesn't help that the level of our judging in the States isn't up to par to what it is in Thailand and how you play the actual game. So, a guy throws 6 punches and none of them really hit you, and you hit him with a clean kick, but they see those 6 punches. That kick's supposed to score better, but in the States it's WKA and, those other, they tend to score that boxing heavy. Yeah.
I've noticed that a lot, like decisions.
Like we ever watch... Yeah, it's crazy.
You're just like, what the fuck?
Exactly. Yeah. If you know how to score a Thai fight, exactly. And you go to, like, we were over at, Lumpini Stadium with me and my wife, and we were just watching fights, and it's hard to figure out who wins sometimes because it's so complicated to think about the judging and the scoring correctly. But over here, we just don't have that caliber yet. Yeah. And hopefully people get educated, and they're trying to do that. I think Jersey's on its way.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Nick Lumbo and a couple of guys from Pittsburgh were working with them to kind of have, this is how you score a Thai fight. Yeah.
I know Tony Myers is like, he's trying to...
Tony Myers is great.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's trying to get that going as well.
I wish I could do... he doesn't do like a web seminar. I can't go over there, obviously, but he does those seminars all the time. He should do like some kind of web thing. I do it in a heartbeat just to learn more and,
Yeah, I agree.
That'd be smart. Like, yeah. Like a judging?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know why he doesn't do that more. I mean, he has great seminars in the UK, and they all come out, and people, highly respected people, pay to, hear him because he's one of the most respected, outside of like the Thai, judging in Thailand. They should do it more. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, he did this video where, I don't know if you saw it, whereas they show the fight, and then afterwards he lets you score it how you would score it, and then they show it how they actually scored it.
That's so smart.
Yeah, I mean, he like his seminars, they literally test you at the end. You got to pass or fail. You get the right. What's the right call in this fight? It's cool. They should do that more often. Yeah, but
that's
over here,
especially for something you don't have to physically be there for. You're not.
Yeah, exactly.
Learning a technique. It's mental.
I don't know why. He should get on that.
I'll send him an email.
Yeah.
So. I don't watch much Thai by itself, Thai boxing, but I know that, from what I've learned, kicking is more respected, but gets more points. But how does the takedown work for them? A sweeper, yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. It's all about balance. Yeah. If I hit you with a kick, you don't respond. You still have your guard up. You don't move. It might score a little, but if I kick you and you move over to the left a couple inches, that's huge because you put them off balance. So like sweeps from the clinch or like you catch and you sweep them. That's huge. That's scored huge. You can sweep a guy like 3 times in one round and just take off and just, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. It's definitely different. You know, if you don't understand it, watching it, people get frustrated. Like, why didn't that guy win? He was
Punching more,
throwing a bunch of punches at him, and you know, but it wasn't hurting him.
Yeah.
And they score more on how you use Muay Thai technique, so which is a kick, a knee, and an elbow, and boxing's the lowest score.
Yeah,
That's cool.
There's even like if there's certain ways like if you get kicked and like it and like kind of like moves your hand. No one listening is going to see what I'm talking about, but
He's
there's
moving
a way,
his hands to the left.
yeah, but like if you kind of like parry it or paw away like it's with your palm, keeping your guard up on one side just to show that you're kind of post up on the kick, actively like stopping the kick, then it won't score. As opposed to if you just stand there
and take the brunt of it.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
That's smart. Yeah, you're not just closing your eyes. You're using technique against it. Makes sense.
But yeah, like there's small stuff too. Just even if you're able to kick a guy or knee a guy in the back, like that's a huge scoring blow. Just because you're able to get that guy's back, and he obviously turned his back, and you use some kind of skill to expose that part of him. Small stuff like that is really high scoring over there. But here, like I said, they're not going to know here. The judges.
Yeah, it's fun.
They're going to think about the Superman punch that was spinning back first that the guy threw. Did nothing to you, but like, oh shit, it looked great.
Yeah. It's frustrating.
It's different too. Over there, I mean, gambling runs everything. So the fights are scored different. In, you know, the first round, they don't really do much because that's when they're making the odds and kind of just like when you bring the horse around, you're all looking at the horse before you bet on it. That's the first round. They're kind of just dancing around and kind of, you know, checking a guy out and feeling him out, but then they're laying the odds. And then rounds 3 and 4, those are the most important rounds. And if you don't have the fight in the bag by the end of the 4th round and you know you're not going to win, they'll take off. They'll literally tap gloves and dance for the whole 5th round.
Huh.
That's crazy.
In my head, it's probably the wrong kind of dancing, but like they're moving around, like just touching,
No, they literally just move around and like to just like moving in place. Basically, what they're doing is the guy who lost is basically saying, "All right, you beat me, and I'm not going to try to knock you out. I got to try to fight again in a couple weeks. So I'm not going to try to get injured or blah blah. You know, like it's whatever. It's pretty much waving the white flag in so many ways, and then that's it.
That's cool.
So it's cool. I mean, but there are some things that are bad with that, and they're trying to, in Thailand, still kind of crack down on that too, where they have like a promotion called Thai Fight, which is in Thailand, and I believe a lot of their fights are like 3 rounds. So you got to go out there.
Oh, you got to go.
Just like Glory.
Yeah.
Like Glory, like 3 rounds, you got to go out aggressive. There's no feeling out rounds and all that stuff. But when there's money and there's gambling involved, that's the way it went.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Max, they're trying to kind of do the same thing. I think Max, they're trying to like directly compete with Thai Fight.
I like Max.
Yeah, I do too.
I was over there when I was in Thailand and I was watching on TV. They do Thai Fight does bare knuckle.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy too.
Yeah, Sayak fought.
Exactly. You saw that fight?
Yeah. Shit's nuts.
Yeah.
It's like they do like the old style, like just hemp.
The hemp wraps.
Yeah.
It's
I saw
Crazy.
some.
It's one shot, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Apparently, well, not apparently. I mean, this happens. Like once a year or twice a year, they do like the Burmese versus Thais, and and when they do that, they do the bare knuckle. They do the bare knuckle fights, and that shit's nuts. It's a totally different style of fighting because you're like, you know, you don't have the luxury of having those gloves to like block things, and then you can't just like, you might be able like where with a glove on, you might be able to throw like, you know, 3 or 4 punches in a combination and be like, yeah, you know, if I catch like my pinky knuckle on the chin, it'll be all right.
You throw a punch wrong, you're gonna break your head.
Yeah.
But it's the exact opposite of what we were just talking about too, where it's just like you land one right cross that he doesn't block, it could be the end of the game.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And in you know, a traditional fight where they have gloves, they're padded.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to worry about the kicks, and the kicks score high. But you land one punch, you put that knuckle right in his forehead, he's out.
Yeah.
So completely out, you know, different. I guess it goes back to more of the martial art rather than the sport. You know, back in the day, it was more of a army, you know, discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Protecting the city kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
That stuff has some crazy history behind it. I mean, they've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
I'm watching that what's that show that Jimmy Smith was on, the
Law and Order. Oh,
No.
that's Jimmy
That's
Smith's.
true.
That's a good way to waste a day. It's like when I wake up, I'm like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. I'm like, oh, it's an SVU marathon on. Watching Law and Order all
I'm
day.
gonna put my sweatpants on now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Put my fart pants on. I did that 2 days ago. Did nothing but watch Law and Order.
I never got into that show.
It's good. I like
The
it.
SVU one is good because it's just creeps that are just like,
Oh.
Jesus. It's all like
Yeah.
creeps.
Is that the one with Vincent D'Onofrio?
It's the one with, what
Ice-T?
the hell's his name? Maloney?
Yeah, and
Ice-T. Yeah.
Ice-T. Okay, that one. That's
Yeah,
all.
which is crazy, right? Body count, cop killer, fucking kill the pigs, and now I'm on Law and Order. I'm a cop.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's all right once you get to a certain age.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of, I always think about like, I always heard stories of those people that are in a coma for like a few decades and come out and like,
Yeah, like Steven Seagal.
people like,
And hard to kill.
well, yeah, it was just how things like change. If someone in the early '90s was like, oh, huge Ice-T fan, and now they see him as a cop on TV. It's
Yeah.
like, you traitor. Lied to
Yeah,
us.
exactly. Yeah.
You're full of shit, man. You want money.
Yeah.
Sold out.
Yeah.
He sold out.
Our friend John Wayne won last night. Was it last night? Night before
No, it's
last?
not before last, yeah.
You. Good job, John.
Yeah, good job, John Wayne.
GWP.
Did you see that fight by chance?
No, who wasn't he supposed to fight Cosmo?
Yeah, but he didn't. Apparently, Cosmo had some issues with his
He had some other
papers or something.
Yeah, he had some other guy stand in and fight.
Yeah.
I read about that. I totally forgot it happened. So he won.
Yeah,
Good
he's
for
like,
him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can-
he's fucking still going.
Yeah.
I thought that would have been a good fight with Cosmo too.
Yeah.
Banger.
Cosmo trains with us every once in a while, so I get to work with him. He's a fucking animal.
Yeah, I bet.
He's bigger than me, obviously more cut, and he fights at 155.
Fuck.
You know,
Shit's out of
he had
Really?
his last lion fight was at 160, but yeah, he Bellator at 155. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Each one of that dude's traps are like the size of my head.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's built like a fucking
Yeah.
animal.
no, he's chiseled.
That's pretty crazy that he will cut so much. What do you fight at?
170.
Okay.
I'm like 195
that's fine.
now. Yeah,
That's crazy. How many fights have you had now?
this will be my 11th
Nice.
pro fight.
Yeah,
For the
yeah.
amateurs, like 30, or so. Just about 30, 35 or something like that.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Well, it's crazy because, I've fought since I was 11. I should have like a shit ton more.
Mhm.
But back then there wasn't, like we were talking earlier, there's fights every weekend now in the city.
Yeah.
You go here, you go there. There's ones in the Bronx. There's Jersey, go right across the bridge. Back then it was like, shit, we were praying for like a fight. Like, all right, it's coming once a year. And it was like a smoker.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
like
exactly.
That was like our big day. It's like, yeah, it's at a gym in Staten Island.
The
like,
Super
yeah.
Bowl is
Yeah,
a-
the Super Bowl. Yeah, exactly. And you got to set up the ring before you do it. You got to
Oh,
help out. Yeah,
Jesus.
like it was just like, oh, well, great. Now the kids have it so good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we were
It's
talking about
crazy.
how we didn't even notice there's UFC fight. I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't realize because there was UFC on Wednesday
Mm-hmm.
and then Saturday. And
Yeah.
I can't afford it anymore.
yeah,
my
it's insane.
my cable bill is just through the roof, and then if you go to a bar to watch it, you're still gonna spend money. So.
Yeah.
And you gotta hang out with douchebags.
That's the
the
worst
worst,
part.
right?
Ah, dude,
I would have
the
did
worst.
this. I would have totally did that.
I-
I don't know what he's doing. Why is it? Yeah.
I watched Anderson versus Vitor in Philly at a bar, and
Oh, Philly. of all-
a bunch of friends were there, but I went to the bar by myself, and I don't drink, and I'm just standing there in the middle of a room packed with people saying the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Armbar. I'm like, they're standing up. motherfucker.
Like the guys in mount, like stand him up. You stupid.
Yeah. No, it can be fun sometimes when you're
Yeah.
having like a good time, but sometimes I'm just not like, I'm not down to hang out at Buffalo Wild Wings and get coached
No.
by the fucking
It's-
guy over here eating
yeah.
a Nacho Mountain. Fucking.
Especially if there's people that you know or care. Like when Frankie fights UFC, like I get
Yeah.
invited to go to bars. I'm like, there's no way because someone
Yeah.
says something stupid, I'm gonna hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah. The worst is, you ever go to Fourth Down?
No, I've heard about that place.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
You know
it's-
what? That was a gem for a while because I guess nobody knew about it, and
Yeah.
they showed them for free.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go right next door and get burritos and shit, and bring them right over because they don't have food. Just go there and yeah. But I can imagine it's probably such a like horrible right now.
Yeah. Now it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's gotten so bad, man. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. that People
But yeah.
have like if you were a kid and played basketball, and then you watch a basketball game, You go, oh, the coach should have put in this person, or it's like, okay, you played,
Yeah.
Even though he wasn't very competitive, you played. Most people never get punched in the
Yeah, I was
face.
gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
So most, not even in hey, you want to scrap in the living room or something with boxing gloves? Most people don't even do that.
Yeah.
So for them to think that they have any clue what it feels like to be inside a ring or a cage, it's very frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's like I was talking to Diego last night about like reading those live tweets, and like I follow a lot of people in the sport, not just athletes, but bloggers and writers
of course,
and things, and just other fans. And like it always bothers me so much to hear or to read all the shit people talk. Like I get it. You have an opinion on the fight, but like they just like attack people in like the worst possible way. Like I know you guys just like don't understand.
No.
Like it's so shitty. Just anyone who like wakes up in the morning and it's like, all right, 6 weeks from now I'm gonna get in this ring or this cage and do this thing, and then they wake up on the morning of the fight and they're like, I'm gonna go do this thing. Like that person deserves all the respect in the world. I don't care what their performance is like. You just get in there and you watch it and you appreciate what they do, regardless of what they do, because they already won the battle. Like, whatever it is.
And it's usually people that, again, have never done it.
Yeah.
Because if you did it, you would understand.
Yeah.
But I think Twitter is, just social media in general, people just...
Any shithead's
so-
allowed to
yeah.
have an opinion.
And they're so disconnected. Like you'd never
Yeah.
say. I have like very few rules for myself for like internet stuff, like how I tweet and how like don't say anything you wouldn't say to someone's face. It's basically my only rule right now.
Yeah.
But it's like some people just want to be funny, and being mean is funny. But
There was a funny. Did you hear about the Crow Cop just fought in Russia, and they did like this Legends fight, and a lot of the UFC guys went over there, like Jones and all them, and they were taking pictures in front of the banner and stuff like that. So they're like, now in the news, Crow Cop's like, Dana White should fire John Jones and all these guys. Why are they coming over here and taking pictures in front of the banner? Blah blah blah. So Crow Cop loses. He just got tapped out by like some neck crank or something like that. So John Jones' next tweet that day was like, so this guy's really tapping to a headlock here. it was pretty good. Actually, it was pretty, like he just like kind of threw it back in his face. People love to hate that guy too.
yeah,
I met him personally, and it is what it is. But I mean, it's nice to me. I mean, I don't know. They just love to hate him.
that sucks. Yeah, a lot of people. I try and have my own opinion about someone, like not even fight, but just humans in general. Like, oh, that guy's a dick. It's like, all right, well, if he's nice to me, I can only judge so much.
Yeah.
It's tough to kind of let someone's reputation tarnish what might be a friendship.
Yeah.
But keep that in the back of your mind if that person's shady, but make up shit for yourself.
Yeah.
That's my knowledge for this week. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, I did I did hot yoga yesterday for the first time. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I felt great.
Where?
Yoga to the people
Okay.
in Williamsburg.
Okay. Yeah.
It was great. I've done yoga. Like I've been doing yoga for a while, but it was weird. I mean, especially because it's winter.
I don't get in a fucking sauna unless I gotta cut weight. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like it ruined. Like I used to love saunas. Hot tub.
Oh,
saunas.
yeah.
It ruined it completely for me.
I can imagine.
I'll never do it again. Like for fun.
Mhm. Yeah.
That was just said, all right, fuck, I got 10 pounds. Let's do this. Like that's it. But I can get into it.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was funny because they're like, as I was signing in, they're like, "Have you done hot yoga before?"
Smell.
No, not much.
No.
Maybe because I was in the room, your nose only detects changes.
Right.
So like if you walk into a room, you're like, "Oh, this room smells," but if you're in the room while it's smelling, you don't notice it. But the room itself was fine. But they're signing me up for the whole class thing, and they're like, "Have you done hot yoga before?" And I go, "No," and they're like, they have to say this because people most humans aren't very in tune with their own body, and like they try and up themselves like I could do anything, but it's like I'm a fighter, I know how much I can take, and like it's a hot room, but I do jiu-jitsu gi in a hot room, so I'll be fine. But they're saying all these things like, okay, if you feel a little tired, just lay down, it's okay, no one judges. Like it's it's fine. I was able to do 95% of the stuff there. Like only one time the instructor was like, just watch this one and then go after that. Okay. But I felt great.
Yeah, I wanted to go, but
We'll go again.
I texted you like I fell asleep.
Yeah.
I missed everything I was supposed to do yesterday. Like I was supposed to go to
Law
that
and Order
show.
was on. Law and Order.
Yeah. Yeah. it's
Where
nuts.
do you roll?
Williamsburg MMA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the professor there?
Roger Mamedov. We're part of team Ricardo Almeida, Henzo Gracie.
Yeah, there you go.
That stuff.
So that's cool. Yeah, so Ricardo comes into the gym a lot too.
Yeah.
He came down. I got to spar with him for the Hughes fight.
Awesome.
So I got to
awesome.
work with him, and Frankie obviously works with him.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up like a town over from Frankie, and we're relatively the same age, so our teams would wrestle each other every
Oh,
year.
really?
So I knew who Frankie was before he even started,
That's awesome.
fighting coming out of college and shit like that. He's great.
Mm-hmm.
He's a really good dude.
Super nice. Yeah, I've been training
Yeah.
with him for a while. Super nice guy.
Yeah,
And
he's
Sapo
awesome.
trains there a lot too, right?
Yeah, I work with Sapo a lot
I
too.
love Sapo.
Yeah,
Sweetheart.
it's a shitty, it happens. But yeah, very, very nice guy.
Yeah.
And you get to spar him, and he I remember he was sparring one of my teammates, my friend Nick, and we were just boxing and kickboxing. And I think he tried to do a flying hammer fist. He tried to do a flying hammer fist on him, and I was like, whoa. Because he's just crazy sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
He's just trying out new shit. That was pretty funny, though.
That's funny. What's with the wood floors at your gym?
Take that up with my boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. If there's something I don't, yeah.
No, it's something I've been. Every second I get in there, I'm inside the ring. Like whoever, any of my clients, like you pay for, like let's get in the ring. Like,
Uh-huh.
It's just hard, but I get it. He wants that look, and
It's beautiful.
it is beautiful. But yeah,
Okay. I thought it was just something that I
slippery.
was unaware of traditionally or something that,
no, I think he likes the look, and he's used to it, and I don't know.
calluses are cool.
I guess
Build that
yeah.
up, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. When our gym was first renting out space at a dance studio like years ago, we would sometimes get this room that was just hardwood. So we just do Muay Thai in the hardwood floor, and I was like, I'm 30 minutes in and my feet are bleeding. Like they're completely open.
You can get past it. The calluses are fun. Like once you get past the calluses, the thing I worry about is just sweating on the floor. And then
And
it
slipping?
gets slippery. Yeah, it happens.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it's pretty. I like the ring.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm by no means going to call out Phil Nurse in any way. He's
Oh, no.
always been very nice to me.
Yeah, I love Phil's awesome. I like the first time I've never even really really talked. I think I've said like hello to him once, like even why once, just I respect the guy. But one day, for one of my fights, I was warming up in the in the room, and there's a window in the room, and I looked over and I was like, oh shit, there's Phil Nurse, and he looks over and he goes.
I just nodded his head.
He gave me the nod.
He gave me the nod, and I was in my mind, I was like, yes.
Maybe because you're also a real small black guy.
Probably. Yeah, that's right. He's like, yeah.
Food after, huh?
Yeah. So you got a couple tattoos.
Yeah,
You got
I
some?
a bunch.
So I noticed I fought at the with you at the fucking what was it, the MSG show?
Yeah.
Did that fight, like the
Yeah.
first Muay Thai in the Mecca?
Yeah.
And I'd seen you fight before, and I noticed you had something on your collarbone, and I was like, oh, is this guy a Smiths fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Nah, thumbs up to that. I fucking love the Smiths.
I was 18 and
We all make mistakes.
lonely.
Yeah.
But I myself am. I came from like I used to be in straight edge bands and shit growing up, hardcore bands.
There we go. All right.
And I've noticed that like a couple things I've noticed is that, well, first off, hardcore kids, myself included, usually go from, we listen to hardcore and then
You
get a
mellow
little
out
older.
with a little Morrissey.
Yeah, listen to some Morrissey.
You go through your Radiohead phase.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, of
Then
course.
there's a rockabilly stage somewhere in there.
Yeah.
That's like the Skinhead, actually. The Skinhead retirement plan is like
Yeah.
that rockabilly. All old skins from back in the day, they're all rockabilly guys now.
Yeah. And then I've also noticed kind of like some of us definitely went into that combat sports field. And I'm like, fuck, that's so weird. I meet so many people that used to be in bands or go to shows, and like we all like the same bands and shit.
Well, I don't know if he's a black belt, but Ray Capo from Youth
Yeah.
of Today is he's big into jiu-jitsu. He
Yeah.
rolls a lot.
Yeah, he's like a pretty accomplished yogi now as well. Like, he
Yeah,
has,
that
like,
too, yeah.
teaches and stuff. But yeah, she was awesome. I used to go. I got a chance to see Better Than 1,000.
Yeah.
They were good, and yeah, she was fun. But
The guy from Chromax is a black belt under Henzo.
Harley?
Yeah.
Yeah. Before he lost, he went nuts.
I don't know anything about him. I just know that he's a Henzo guy.
No, he like went to a show and the Cro-Mags were playing his old band, and you know, they were playing this big show, this big fest, and I think he got bent out of shape because he wasn't, you know, playing with them, and he literally went there, and I think he bit some dude.
He stabbed a guy.
And he stabbed him. Yeah, he stabbed him, bit him a couple times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa, Jesus.
Was that the Super Bowl? It was
No,
the Super
no,
Bowl.
it was at. It was just a reunion
Black and
show.
Blue. Okay.
It was at. What's that? The place by the movie theater.
No. What the fuck is it? Webster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so bummed out, man, because I was like, "Fuck!" Like they obviously they didn't play.
Yeah.
And it's,
Yeah.
It stunk.
That
You could at least wait till afterwards. Have
Yeah,
decency.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen the Cro-Mags a bunch of times. I'm pretty good friends with, you know, Gavin.
Yeah.
Yeah. He used to be in Burn, which is a fucking amazing hardcore band.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah.
Yeah, his band played that show. His new band.
Absolution.
Yeah, Absolution. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's like that was another reunion too, because they were before Burn. It went
Yeah.
Burn, Absolution, then Burn.
Yeah, okay.
So they're just doing reunion. They actually released a new record lately. It's supposed to be pretty good.
Cool.
Doesn't Orange 9mm have members of that?
Yeah.
Aren't they all like kind of
Yeah,
related
yeah.
as well? Yeah.
Orange 9 was the singer from Burn.
Okay.
Chaka. I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
Chaka,
Chaka, yeah.
Steve's in the hardcore too from your gym.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember, yeah. Remember he used to be a hardcore dude back in the day, from what I hear.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool. I like the camaraderie. Like I noticed it once because I have a straight edge tattoo, and one day, of course, cheers.
Yeah.
But
How'd you break edge?
Tom Collins.
Whoa.
That's pretty hard, man. I'm not gonna. All right, I can respect that.
Yeah, so it was a buddy of mine, this guy Jimmy, was he was I would just hang out at bars because all my other friends had broke edge and they would just hang out at bars. So I guess I'll go to this
Drink
bar.
soda and
Yeah,
yeah.
just get cherry cokes and shit. And one night,
Talk to the girls that are drinking.
yeah, exactly. It was a gold mine. And
business.
one night Jimmy was just like tanked, and he I love you, Jimmy, if you're listening, by the way. And he's like, hey man, you should try this drink. It tastes like 7-Up. And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. And he this went on for like a week or so, and then finally one day I was
He's
like,
just following you around for a week with a Tom
Yeah.
Collins.
and when I was like, yeah, I was like, fuck it, why not? I'll try it out. And I drank it really fast because it tasted like it was kind of like lemonade-ish, kind of. And I drank it fast, and then that.
You're really sleepy.
The following morning I puked up my portobello mushroom sandwich.
I was gonna say, yeah. Are you a vegetarian or
Yeah.
vegan?
Yeah,
Are you
vegan.
vegan still?
Yeah, I'm vegan now. I was vegetarian back then.
Right. Yeah.
What an animal. You had one Tom Collins and you threw up.
Oh no, I had like 6.
Oh, okay. These are delicious.
I was like,
like
are these
7-Up.
things legal?
Yeah, I was never edge. I hung out with a bunch. All my friends were straight edge in like high school, like straight edge, like varsity jackets and all that shit.
Yeah.
It was, but I always drank with my brother. I was always like, no, I like Youth of Today and I like all these bands. I'm like, I'm just gonna go have a beer,
Yeah.
change drink. But some good music,
Yeah.
some really bad music, and some really
terrible
good music.
music.
Yeah, that's another genre where you can really fuck that up.
Yeah. Jesus, like that whole. I think that like the whole metalcore.
I was gonna
scene,
say
like,
some people like them, but I just never like Earth Crisis. And,
Yeah. Like I liked the first Earth Crisis 7-inch, and or not the first 7-inch, the Firestorm 7-inch.
Fire, yeah.
Yeah. All Out War was like all right, but man, there's so many bands out there that were just like,
Some really bad. Yeah.
really bad. Hatebreed was all right. They were fun to see, but I mean,
Were they
it's-
Edge?
No,
No.
they weren't.
They were definitely metal, but no, they were. That was cool. I mean, also like I don't know, in the past 10, 15 years, that whole like heavy riff kind of mosh stuff metal has come back, like Cro-Mags and
Yeah.
Hatebreed and stuff like that. Biohazard.
Yeah.
Yeah, hardcore kids listen to Anthrax and shit like that. It's not so thrashy or punky.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh. All right, everybody. You know what that sound means?
Oh, yeah. We got edited in.
Yeah, got to put it at the sound in later.
Danny, we got to
So-
make a new song.
So that sound means that it's time for the 5 questions. Walking Alone's 5 questions.
We got to do like a funny name for it.
Yeah, we got to think of a better name.
What's like a fast combo? Is there a slang term for fast combo?
Nah.
No. Furious
Yeah.
fury of punches.
Give him the Fury.
Buster Wolf. That's from this video game. from.
The Triple Deke.
There you go.
That's about it, right?
I watched that the other night.
Oh yeah, the first one.
The third one was on.
That was the one when they're in college, right?
They're in high school.
Yeah.
They're like a prep school.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Against a really, really
Yeah, because the second one was
stereotypical
the Junior
jocks.
Olympics.
Junior Olympics, yeah.
Yeah, and they met the Texas kid
Mhm.
who was really good at. Yeah.
How y'all?
Yeah.
He's really good
There's
at
a-
puck handling and was mentally disabled.
There's always a rollerblade scene in that movie.
Yeah.
Too. They always got you always got to rollerblade through them all.
Mhm.
You know.
I've done it. It's fun.
It's great.
I never rollerbladed. Never tried it.
It's good.
It's good.
I played hockey, but I was never a rollerblader.
Yeah, you know, Hills plays hockey. Yeah.
Yeah, you played hockey.
National champ.
Yeah.
Boom.
Ice.
I was national champion roller, but district champion in ice. I'm from South Florida.
Okay. I'm from South Jersey. A lot of good people come from like Brick.
Yeah,
Brick
a
Township.
lot of
That's where I live, right outside of there, and I always loved hockey. It's expensive, ice hockey.
It's very expensive.
Expensive. So we played roller hockey.
Ice time. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, ice time,
Mhm.
gear, pads. Imagine if you want to be a goalie, that's like a fucking $1,000.
Another
investment.
exactly. Yeah, another $1,000. I worked at a hockey store.
Your kid's gonna grow out of that shit
It
in
was
like
awesome.
a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I basically,
We always went to like the Plate. They had a sports store called Plate Again,
Mhm,
and it
Plate
would
Again
just be
Sports.
like new and used. Yeah, that's where I got all my shit. Was all used.
yeah, it saves a lot of money.
Uh huh.
All right, Cornell.
All right, so
Go.
let's do it. So,
That's a Triple D.
Brett, got some questions. 5 questions. All right, what's in your pockets?
What if one day they get like, okay, we can't say that out loud.
Yeah. we'll edit it out.
It's an 8-ball. $30.
All right.
And a wallet.
All right.
My
cool.
wallet and $30.
Separately.
Yeah,
Separately.
No, they're separate. Yeah.
What's the last song you listened to?
I don't like your questions. They take too long to answer.
Yeah, no. I think I was out last night and maybe I heard New Order.
Okay.
It was a New Order song. Keep going. I'll tell you what it is.
Okay. All right. What's your favorite movie?
A couple, but I definitely like Anchorman.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Even Step Brothers. You like Step
Oh,
Brothers?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What a dark horse. Like I could quote
Yeah.
that shit all day. Yeah. I'm afraid about the Anchorman sequel.
Yeah.
All
I
the
think it's too
houses
long.
was-
It's
I'm
been too
afraid.
long.
You what?
I think it's been too long.
It's been too long. Yeah, and I think they're just gonna murder it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the Simpsons movie.
Yeah.
You know? If
That
they
was
would have
15 years too long.
Yeah. It's like, what are you guys doing?
Dumb and Dumber. I mean, that's another classic.
Yeah.
Nailing them right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bigfoot, bullshit or totally legit?
I think it's legit.
All right. Feel you on that. Van Damme or Seagal?
Van Damme. I'm a huge Van Damme.
Are you?
I'm a Van Damme man. Love it. I fucking love Van Damme.
You put that on a t-shirt.
Seriously, I'm a Van Damme man. I love
With two M's.
JCVD was fucking amazing.
Mhm.
And then obviously Kickboxer, like that was like, I saw that when I was 12 and that was like a big part of my career. Like who didn't love Kickboxer?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Bloodsport, dude. Fucking
Yeah.
Paulo Tocha.
I had to go out and find my own
badass.
Miley, Yeah.
Yeah.
Tocha, yeah.
Dude, he looked so fucking sick in that movie because I didn't even know when I saw
Tocha.
Bloodsport. Yeah.
I'm
When I saw
friends with him on
Bloodsport.
Facebook. He's a legit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, yeah.
Like when I saw that shit, like I didn't. Obviously, I was a kid. I didn't know what the fuck Muay Thai was.
Mhm.
But I like out of all the other martial arts guys that were like doing all this shit. I've talked about this on the show before.
Sorry.
They're all like doing their thing, and then like I saw like Paolo just like hands wrapped,
Mhm.
fucking sweet ass shorts, and he just looked like the most useful fighter.
Exactly. You're like, oh, that dude's in it. Yeah, I got $5 on that guy.
He knows what he's doing, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the concept of the monkey guy was cool.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
In the beginning, remember he got the tree.
Yeah,
He was in the
chopping
tree. I
coconuts.
get it. Like this is a cool way, but like when it came time to fight, he wasn't useful at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he get knocked out really fast?
He got strangled by the sumo guy.
Oh,
he
that's
bear hugged
right.
him. He got fucking bear
He
hugged.
got bear hugged
Yeah.
by E Honda.
Yeah.
And then Van Damme or Johnny Cage punched him in the nuts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was definitely the split punch.
Yeah, there was I watched a special on I don't know, it was like on fucking G4, like back in the day, how those dudes that made the Mortal Kombat game originally went to Van Damme's, like, I don't know what actors have, manager or whatever. And they approached him because they wanted to make a Jean-Claude Van Damme, the video game. And they already had like the Johnny Cage character, which was going to be the Van Damme character.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he does the splits thing.
Yeah.
And Van Damme's people were like, nah, we're not going to do it. And they're like, fuck it. Well, we got to do something with this character. Let's make a bunch of other fighters and just make a fighting game.
Whoa, that's so interesting.
Yeah. So that Johnny Cage is Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Van Damme probably wishes he went through with that.
I think he
Mortal Kombat.
Dude, if Mortal Kombat's fucking huge.
It's a lot of blow he could have bought for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he would have went off the deep end.
Yipsy.
Yeah. Toasty.
God, that fucking game, man. I worked at a movie theater when I was in high school, and there was a Mortal Kombat machine and a Street Fighter machine.
Oh, which one? That's gonna be a question. Street
Mortal
Fighter,
Kombat.
and Mortal Kombat.
Street, oh yeah,
Yeah, that should be. Yeah,
that should be a good one.
I don't even know where I think I lean Mortal Kombat, but
Yeah,
I'd be Mortal Kombat.
Ken Ryu are just badasses.
they are. I like both of them, but I competed in Street Fighter.
I was gonna say I have friends.
What the fuck does that mean?
I have friends at the gym who literally they all log on and they play like competitive Street Fighter now to this day over online like PlayStation shit.
Yeah, when I was in college, I was in the VCU video game club, and we used to compete with other schools. We'd have tournaments at the there was a Street Fighter, a Capcom versus SNK machine. We used to compete.
That game is sweet.
Like put quarters on the top of the machine.
What was that?
What does that mean, by the way?
Neo Geo, right?
What, put quarters on the machine?
Yeah.
Because like there's like on the marquee of the game there's always like a little bit of a lip.
Yeah.
And so you put your quarters on top.
So they're ready to go, or
yeah,
so people
they're ready to
know
go.
the
Yes.
fuck off.
No.
Yeah,
So
it's like a
so
pool
you're ready to
table,
go.
like I got next game kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like if you're doing like a round robin tournament, you put your quarters up there. I mean, you don't put your name on or whatever, but you make sure your quarters are up there so that when it comes time, you're just like, whoop,
Okay,
and pop it in.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character?
Do you have to ask me that question?
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, come on. Sagat.
Street Fighter, Sagat.
Yeah, of course.
He was really. You can be good with him. I
Yeah.
thought he was kind of like what's it, Zangief? That guy was a waste. Or the boxer guy in that.
Yeah, he was in one of the in the first Capcom versus SNK, and then also in Street Fighter Alpha 3. Yeah, he was more of like a cheat character. It was just cheap to play with him, but they made him a little better in Capcom versus SNK too. But and Ken is awesome too. I like Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that. Okay. I really liked Killer Instinct.
Oh, that was the one.
That took it to a whole new level. Like the combo.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Cinder.
Orchid. I was
Jaco.
the girl Orchid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are all. I mean, it's crazy how many games they've made of just this flat, like neutral background, and you just fight.
You know, what was a really bad game?
What's that?
Primal Rage.
Oh, I remember
that
that.
was one with the animals.
What
right?
was it? Yeah.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Just I thought it was gonna be amazing.
terrible.
It just never really panned out.
Wasn't like a
It was Clay Fighter though.
Clay Fighter. I remember that a lot. That was rad.
Clay Fighter was amazing.
They did a really good job of sound effects.
yeah.
Like you really
Yeah.
heard the clay moving and stuff like
yeah.
that. Because I hear clay move all the time.
The Elvis guy and shit. Yeah.
The snowman, he was sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, there have been so many fucking fighting games. Like the style of game.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
just-
that. Insert character. There you go.
Yeah.
$1 million.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, then they also had like the Virtual Fighter and then Tekken. I mean, it was all.
Oh man.
It was a whole other. It's all downhill from there.
Because Tekken did a really good job of making their levels kind of like there's more to them than just this flat. Like I remember one of them, the floor moves, like it's
Oh yeah.
a plane that moves, and like there's like a field, and like the grass is moving, and you see the grass move around you. Like it just adds something to it.
Yeah. I liked another 3D game that was good was Soul Blade. Well, Soul Blade or
Soul Calibur. No,
Soul Calibur. Oh, Soul Blade was the first one. Soul Calibur was the.
Is the one with the giant sword?
Yeah, one guy had a giant sword, but everyone had weapons. Like there was one guy that had a staff. Kidlick. That was his name. His name was Kidlick. And then there's a Ivy. She had like a sectional sword, so like it was a sword, but then she could snap it and it would turn into a whip. She could snap you with it. Scantily clad.
Yeah. Yeah, the women are always half naked.
Yeah, always. It's because I want to play those games.
They're Japanese.
Yeah.
I mean,
Enough said.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I don't know. How are you doing on time?
Good.
Good.
Are any fights coming up? Do you still fight, or are you now just teaching?
Yeah, no. I got December 13th.
13th?
Yeah,
Nice.
like today's
Same
like
as me.
Oh, that's right. You're fighting the same
yeah,
card.
we're fighting on the same card.
That's fantastic.
So yeah, I'll be doing that.
That reminds me. How do you feel like how's the transition between like Muay Thai and kickboxing? Like doing like Glory and then doing
I'm still dealing with that. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I had like 4 fights with Glory, like glory rules with them, and then I'll probably go back to them after. Like I'm still waiting to hear,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to take a Thai fight because I'm just like it's kind of like I want to clinch, I want to elbow. It's different. It's 3 rounds, and I just want you to go out there and just go at it right away. And I feel like there's a little less skill at times in that. You know, it's more brawling, but they want that. They want the knockouts. They want, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good change, but I definitely like Muay Thai more.
Yeah.
You know, it's every once in a while I kind of challenge yourself and, you know, okay, well, now I'm forced to work my hands more and, you know, maybe get a little better boxing, but I still like Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, there's so much to choose from now too. Like on that card that we're gonna both be fighting on, there's people who are doing full rules, or just clinching, or glory rules now. They got a whole division for it now. So
Wait, in the same card?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a glory
weird.
fight, but they have rules.
Glory
now.
rules.
Yeah, like
And the fighters just agree to it?
Yeah, I guess. Well, there's guys who don't want to get elbowed, and there's guys who want to do full rules. Yeah, it's. I mean, so we'll see. It's interesting. The guy I'm fighting, he's more of a kickboxer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's had any fights with elbows. So from what I know, it's with elbows. So
Oh, all right.
so it'll be fun. Yeah, it'll be good. It's a good matchup. He's got a little more experience, so we'll see.
Cool.
Yeah.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
I think I might be fighting that same weekend, but if I'm
sure.
not, I'm going to go
All right.
somewhere in
doing?
Jersey.
MMA?
Yeah, MMA.
You go pro or Emmy?
Just MMA right now.
So you guys no headgear, just shin guards?
Just shin guards and
That's
4
cool.
ounce.
I did. I used to. I coached a lot of guys. They did like a lot of those Asylum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's in
yeah.
Jersey,
Yeah.
I think.
Are they still around? Yeah, they do.
I think so.
AC.
Yeah. They got funny posters.
No.
It looks like they get some 13-year-old like, what do you think is cool? Fucking red. A lot of red.
Flames.
Yeah, a lot of
And that's how an Affliction shirt was made.
basically. It's what it seems like.
Well, that's cool.
And it's at a casino, right?
Yeah. Resort
Yeah,
World.
it's-
And what is it called?
Resorts World.
World.
That's a terrible
You'd
name.
think it would be Resort World, but it's Resorts.
It's a casino with no actual like. It's all video.
Oh,
And
really?
slots. Yeah, that's how they get away with it. Like, there's no
Cards.
like slot parlors, like next to like the horse tracks and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know. I guess you could play those games, but you know you got to do it all by video now.
That seems crazy to me that you'd go to a place that's built off the money of people losing and trust that their computers are going to let you win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus.
Come on. I mean, way to stack the cards against yourself.
Yeah.
Like at least,
Figuratively and literally.
yeah.
It says people though that in New York that don't want to go to AC.
Mm-hmm.
I need to gamble.
Yeah.
I need to do something.
Yeah.
So they had.
I just need to
Queen.
piss away my kids'
They need to
college
coach-
fund.
Yes, I need to bet on this horse. Absolutely, yeah.
That horse racing stuff is it's always so sad looking.
Yeah, in general.
And just in general,
Yeah.
like unless it's like the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, I get together with me and my lady. We like to watch the Derby. Like we all get together and
Mm-hmm.
hang out with friends. But other than that, yeah, there's some sad dudes hanging out at OTBs. Like,
Exactly.
they're closed now in Canal
Yeah.
Street.
They used to be, I would always walk by that place
They
and it
always
looks
have to have the
shady.
newspaper smack in the hand. Come on, yeah, and stinking like booze. Poor guys.
Yeah, it's a long road to get to that kind of life where that's how you're hoping to get rent.
Yeah,
is that
exactly. Yeah.
fuck? That's nuts. Who are some of your starting out at 11? Did you was there people you were like influenced by at that point, or you're just kind of like I like doing this?
No, there were definitely. I mean, but it wasn't like a certain single person. Just because I'd get tapes of fights from Thailand, and I could point you out and tell you a couple guys that I've watched and that I like, but I can't pronounce any of their names. I know that guy. Yeah, I've seen this guy fight before.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're so young, you're not even listening. There's no volume. You don't even know what the fuck their names are.
Yeah,
You
that's
just watch
like-
them. That was inspiration watching fights from Thailand,
Mm-hmm.
but not necessarily a certain person. Because nowadays you can turn on TV and see Anderson Silva and
Mm-hmm.
all those guys, and you can look up to them, and everything's accessible. Everything's online.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have that back then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back then, you had like a VHS tape. Fuck. And, that was like your one. Like you'd have that for like 4 years. And you'd watch
Yeah, those are
every
treasure.
single fight. Yeah, exactly. It's like comic books. or something
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah.
That's weird. I mean, yeah, nowadays you could spend. I mean, I
Everything's
personally
online.
have.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. You can watch their whole career.
Everything's on YouTube now. Yeah. Like I said, back then it was you'd find it and hold on to it, or you get to see it a couple times. That'd be it.
And it's funny because back then, technically was just a few years ago. It's just this boom in the last 5-10 years that's just changed everything.
Absolutely. I mean, as much as, they're completely different, but MMA is, the reason why that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Being on TV, I mean, that definitely brought Muay Thai and kickboxing to the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do it on their own.
No.
Yeah. I think that's like, I love the glory is on TV now. So I think it's
crazy
amazing for the sport.
being on Spike.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
I remember it was on, like I record, like my DVR just recorded naturally, I guess, just assuming I knew I was going to watch it.
The genie.
Yeah, and I'm like watching, I look at my list, I'm like, what? Glory was on TV?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'll watch this.
Yeah.
And like,
It's on Spike.
yeah, they signed a deal with him.
Yep.
That's great.
And CBS too originally, but now they get the deal with Spike. Hopefully it does well.
Yeah, I hope it does well, and I hope they have. I hope they can just like make it bigger, like get like a women's division, smaller weight class for. It's kind of the same thing that UFC did. They like UFC is just now starting to get like 125ers.
Yeah, I was gonna say
women's division and shit. So
their
it's
latest is 150 or something like that, 55ers.
Yeah,
and then it's heavyweight. It's very influenced on the heavyweight. They love the heavyweights.
They do.
They take care of they took care of me. I loved it, and I'll be back with them soon. But hopefully they just keep that good reputation, and guys won't have to go and be like, okay, well, I have an okay kickboxing career, but I got to take some MMA fights to make money now. And that's direction.
Exactly.
That's how it was last year. A lot of guys couldn't do that. They was like, well, what's the next step? I'm going to be an MMA fighter. Like they
learn to sprawl now.
Right, yeah. 2 months of sprawl training, and I'm going to be UFC champion. I mean, it's great. Kimbo Site, it's great. Just learn how to sprawl, bro.
Yeah.
Don't get taken down, and it's fine.
You've done it 1,000 times.
So yeah, now people have that opportunity to excel at that. So that's cool.
Yeah, because there's people that like you two are just pure strikers, and you just want to do that, and that's more power to you. You should do what you fucking want and be able to financially.
Right. It's getting there. I mean, it's not obviously. It's it's still a hard life, but it's getting there. I mean, the paydays are definitely getting a lot bigger compared to what they used to be.
Yeah. Still not an easy life by any stretch of the imagination.
It's rewards. Makes you happy though. It's good.
Yeah, I'd rather be paid very little and do what I love than
broke and happy than rich and miserable.
Yeah.
That's true.
And most people aren't really rich and miserable. They're just kind of like okay and miserable.
They're just like indifferent.
Yeah.
Their wife took all their money and then settlement.
Man.
Damn,
They
that's
got divorced. Yeah, took half of it.
that. Was like the Kids in the Hall guy.
Oh my God, I know.
His story.
Dave Foley.
Dave Foley.
Oh yeah, he's doing stand up now too.
He's doing
right?
stand up again.
I remember listening to him on Marin, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna start doing stand up." But he was a mess for a while, right?
Yeah, because his
insane
bad,
life.
Real bad.
Took him to
It's like crazy Ethiopia, like just weird places, just so he couldn't see them. He had to pay for their trips, and pay for her like psychiatrist and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like nuts.
Crazy shit.
That stuff. I mean, if the situation where like, okay, we get married, the woman, whoever
Are
it
you
is,
proposing to me right
stop, huh?
What?
What? No.
got a prenup. Just got a prenup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
But that person, you stop working because of the marriage, then, you stopped your career. Okay, but if you didn't have kids or you were only married for a short period of time, that didn't change your life. You could still go to work. You could still make a life for yourself. You shouldn't have to steal from this person.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
I don't want to name any names, but Robin Givens.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Poor guy. I love Tyson.
Yeah. Speaking of cool dudes, man, I know we were supposed to talk about, I was telling you about Frank Yang. You know who Frank Yang is? Mm-mm. He's this, he's an artist, I guess, but he's also he's like an artist turned bodybuilder. Dude went from 143 pounds to 175 in 1 month. He has this crazy 6,000 calorie a day diet that he does. And he does like now all of his art installations are kind of based around like crazy like lifting shit. And he just does like weird stuff. He's got these crazy, I got a little video of him pulled up, but there's a video on YouTube of him just
puts he hasn't done any like testosterone or you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
1 month, that's a lot of weight to put on.
He snorts. He snorts creatine. He's like the dude is out of his fucking mind.
Is that better?
That he thinks so.
It gets right in your, but it gets right in your bloodstream, man.
There are videos of him on YouTube. Like he snorts creatine. He's like, "This is creatine. This is creatine." He'll put a little bit down on a bench and he'll snort it, and then he'll start like doing these like crazy lifts, and he's just out of his mind. Very interesting. I'm super intrigued by it.
And he's just an artist.
He's an artist, yeah. But he doesn't call what he does art.
What's he call it?
He just does
Human
stuff.
sacrifice.
Yeah, he just does stuff because he thinks that he doesn't think what he does is art, but he's just crazy, dude. Interesting guy.
What's his name again? Frank Yang?
Frank Yang. Yeah.
He's Asian?
No. He
What is-
is
It's Italian.
it's Italian guy. Yang.
yeah.
No, he's Asian. Yes.
Again, pushing the envelope, you Asians.
Yeah, he's crazy, dude.
I can't believe his heart hasn't exploded.
I can't either, man. I mean, snorting creatine? I don't know if that's.
I just don't think it would do anything.
Yeah, I don't really see the point, except for just to be crazy, just to do it. But it probably doesn't feel good.
I don't know. I've never snorted anything. I have no idea if it feels good.
Yeah, me neither. So I don't really know.
This is this guy Dan. This is guy Dan Quinn. You ever hear Dan Quinn?
Yeah. I have heard of that
Snorted
guy.
stevia.
What?
Yeah, he was snorting stevia for a while. You know that shit,
Like on a
stevia?
regular basis?
Yeah.
For what?
I don't. Same thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Just a fucking weirdo. Like just like Frank.
Damn.
Yeah. And it's like a sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
sweetener,
a sugar
right?
substitute.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
He's
Maybe
a,
it's
he's
a-
a nutcase, dude. Yeah.
And you just taste it in your nose and you think it's doing something.
maybe it just sweetens up your day.
Yeah.
Like walking around.
All day you get a little drip of happiness.
Yeah. A little sweetness, a little sweet drip.
He puts it on his gums.
It's like, man, why are you in such a good mood today? I don't know. Everything just seems sweet.
His wife does his laundry and finds stevia packets in his pockets and starts crying.
Yeah. Oh, stevia. It's good stuff, that stevia. You a fan?
I don't know, sometimes.
Yeah.
Like Vega puts it in some of their stuff, and like the old Vega, you'd really taste it, and I didn't like it. It has like a weird round. I know it sounds a stupid thing to say, but it's like,
We tried cooking with it for a little, like in one of my diets. I was not down with it.
yeah.
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 I've tried putting it in like when I make smoothies. I've tried putting it in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's if it's in something, I'm all right with it. But I don't really like adding it.
Oh yeah, I don't buy it.
Yeah.
You like xylitol?
What's that?
That's another like
A sweetener?
sweetener. It's not sugar.
What is xylitol? That sounds.
It sounds like it'd be bad for you, but it
Sounds
really
pretty-
isn't.
Yeah, it sounds pretty serious.
Yeah, but it's like it's like a natural thing. I haven't looked into it too much, as you can tell.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just put blueberries in there instead.
Yeah, exactly.
If I want
Yeah,
to be
fuck
sweet,
it.
I'll just put some sweet shit in there. A pear, blueberries, sweet enough.
I can't believe you put sugar in a smoothie.
I tried it. I was like, fuck it, why not? I'd heard all this stuff about stevia, so I was like,
I like the coconut in those smoothies because then it adds some sweetness without really anything.
yeah. I mean, if you put like berries or pears or apple or something, or
It'll be
just
sweet
some peanut
enough.
butter. Yeah, it's totally
Yeah.
fine. You don't need anything. It tastes fine. Yeah, I think we're. So where are we? We are at. Push the little buttons. Oh, we're at 118. It's
It's pretty fun.
good. Yeah,
Cool.
it's a good time.
All right. Well,
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for coming
no
out. man.
problem, guys. Anytime.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, maybe
for
we'll
sure.
should do it again. Maybe after.
After the fight.
fight.
Yeah,
After the
yeah.
fight,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll do the. Yeah, that's
Let's
cool.
do like a
Perfect.
We can talk about our injuries or
Yeah.
whatever.
And,
Their injuries.
yeah, nurse,
hopefully.
nurse them back to health.
Hopefully. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it'll be a good time.
All right. Cool.
You can do that, Joe.
Okay, so all right, hey guys, thanks for listening. Yeah, if you want to, Brett, are you on Twitter? Do you have like a Twitter?
I am, but I don't use it. Yeah, it's useless.
How can people get privates with you? Or, like, how can they email you?
Facebook or email.
Facebook. There you go.
Brett Hlavacek at Gmail. But, yeah,
Don't spell it because
Google. Just Google me.
all right,
yeah.
cool. And you're at
Figure
the
it out.
Watt.
Yeah,
All
absolutely.
right,
Yep.
cool. So if you guys want to train with Brett, just or stop by and say hi, go down to the Watt.
We laugh.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Cornell Ward, and you can follow Diego at Walking Alone.
No, Diego. Twitter's Diego Lopez with a W.
Oh yeah, Diego Lopez with a W. Yeah.
I'm fucking clever.
And Danny Screams, you can follow him at. Hey, you're at Danny Screams, right? Yeah. At Danny Screams, on the Twitters. See what else we got. At Walking Alone or Walking Alone NYC on Instagram. The Cornell Award on Instagram. You on Instagram? No. You have any? No? Okay.
What's your social security?
Yeah. So, what was the consistency of your stool this morning? No, but yeah. So, thanks again for listening, guys. Also, if you go to walkingalonenyc.com, you want to get anything from On It, click the banner ad, go through us, pick yourself up some Alpha Brain, some kettlebells, battle ropes, some all kinds of good stuff. Bulletproof coffee. Click around, get some stuff. All right.
I love their shaker bottle.
Their shaker bottle is great.
It's real wide.
Yeah.
Real
Alpha
man
Brain is
size.
fun. It is a man size. You really gotta wrap your hand around that.
Yeah,
cock.
you gotta.
And on that note, thanks for listening. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.